Just before I start, I what I would just say if it's a good idea or a bad idea. I've been thinking about this for the last few months, and I just want to make it public now and just see what people think because we have talked about it at meetings, and we have talked. Me and a few other people have talked about it at meetings and in different things. So I want to start a community called the Better Ireland Community. I'm going to try and explain the best I can. As you know, Ireland's in a terrible state, and well, terrible state is an understatement. In an unbelievable state of absolute national emergency, with a homelessness crisis that is nearly 9,000 people lying in the streets of every part of Ireland. We have people getting evicted in every part of our counties and every place in Ireland. People are getting evicted every day. On average, there's about 15 families in Ireland facing eviction every day, and that's the truth. And with this community, I just want people to talk about issues, and because things that are taught, it's the same with mental health. If you don't talk about how you're feeling and how you feel inside and how you feel about your country and what's happening around you, it's better to talk about things. That's what I'm trying to say. Instead of letting things cover up and lie there for years without being touched. And that's really what happened with Ireland when the financial crisis happened. People didn't want to talk about what could happen, what bad could happen, because everybody was living the high life. The banks were loaning people tons and tons of money, and it was unbelievable they couldn't pay it back, and the banks collapsed, and then the rest is history, to be honest, because it took the whole country down along with it. But I want a community that would stand united, a community that would not stand for any corruption, a community that knows what's right for society, a community who is allowed to speak its mind on global issues and international issues and global warming and different subjects. But I'm talking about on Twitter. I could start a community, or we could just start one in the comment section in YouTube. I don't know. But we have been talking about this for a long, long time, being a lot of people. Like, there is the OFS movement in Ireland, I understand that, but they don't sit down and discuss issues like I'm here now. I know this Gemma O'Doherty, she's in Donegal, she's an investigating journalist, which does very good work. I commend her very good, commendably on her work. She does very good work, and I do recommend looking her up. She's over 10,000 subscribers, and if you want to look her up and just subscribe, I'd be very thankful for that. But she's not a better politician than me, but I want to talk. The thing is, the people she's talking to is journalists. I want to interact with people who are working in society, who are working in jobs that we don't take of. Like, we take of investigative journalists, of people who are high in society, people who work in shops. That's people I want to talk to. They're the people I want to talk to. People who clean the streets. That's what I want to talk to. People who do anything. That's basically anything that's not considered the high uppish in society. Because everybody has a role in society. And that's what people don't understand, that, and people don't understand because Ireland's such divided still between rich and poor, because we see we have public hospitals and then we have private hospitals, which is more or less saying that I'm richer than you and I get better care than you would get, and such and such. And we see in countries like in Scandinavia, they don't have such things as that. There's no such things, and they wouldn't have to bow down to rich scumbags who just want to use their money like it's power. At the end of the day, money isn't power. It might get you everything you want. It might get you all the best weapons and nuclear technology and all the research you want and all the space equipment you want to go to Mars or wherever the hell you want to go to. But at the end of the day, what would it achieve? Because at the end of the day, people who are rich are miserable. And that's really the truth. Because they don't know what to do. They have everything they want. They're just miserable. That's pure and simple. And I want to start a community no matter what ideology, no matter if they're nationalist or social conservative or whatever they are, that we are Irish people and we want to talk about what we could achieve in an Ireland that we could start tomorrow, an Ireland that we can start next week, an Ireland that we can start 5 weeks from now. Because there's always hopes and dreams. Like, you never know, we could discuss one thing that could change Ireland forever. That could be getting rid of private hospitals, and then, there's so much backing and support for it that the government have to acknowledge that they have to get rid of it. Because we see European countries doing this, because they're like, everything should be public, everybody should be equal. Because this is not equal, giving people the higher in society, because everybody should have equal rights, that's what I'm trying to say here. Because even putting them into, say, the Mater Private in Dublin is a big kick in the balls for anybody who doesn't have the money to pay for hospital treatment. They want to be relying on the public sector because they worked all their life maybe in Ireland, and the only thing they want in their time of need is the state to help them, which is totally right, because the state should. Because if you work in Ireland for so long and you give so much, even if you work in the public service, then you should be not even looked at twice and you should just get help straight away. Because everybody in the public service deserves huge respect. Nurses, doctors, solicitors, barristers and guards, and people who work in the public service, even though only people do deserve much respect, but people who work in the defence force, people who done huge strides for the country should sort of get a tiny bit more thing. But everybody at the end of the day should be equal. And I just wanted to put this thing out. I just want to say it's either yes or no, or maybe. Maybe. But if you want me to start, I will look into it more. But I don't know, and I really don't think there'll be much back and forth. And I think it'd just be a tiny bit of waste of time. Really send it to a lot of people would be a tiny bit, because I'm not Gemma Doherty, or I'm not a big TD, as I said. So I don't think we really wouldn't make much difference. That's what I'm trying to say. But as to say, you never know until you try. That's the saying, but it doesn't work. That's the thing. At least I can joke. Anyway, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think, and subscribe for more, and check out Gemma Doherty's channel. Just search it up on YouTube and you should find it. Thank you for watching, subscribe more, and bye.